welcome back to Let's Chat with DJ. Stay Married Saturday. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's get into the topic. Today I wanted to chat to you guys with you about a topic that is often like a big deal. Help, my husband doesn't talk. That's not true. There's often a misconception that men don't talk. Men talk a lot. Have you ever seen like ESPN or NFL Network, and they can go for hours, for days, for months, arguing the next NFL draft, the next NBA draft, how much this person's gonna get paid, how much that person's gonna get paid. They go for hours arguing point by point, bullet by bullet, why they think the way that they do, what makes sense to them. So if you ever watched any of those channels, you can never ever tell me that men do not talk. They talk a lot. They know how to express themselves very clearly on what matters to them. So DJ, why doesn't my husband talk? Give you a little insight. He may not talk to you, but he talks. So there could be 1,000 reasons, but I've kind of like narrowed down to like the 5 top reasons why men don't really talk, or how to get them to talk. It's kind of like the intention of this video. So like I said, men talk, and they talk a lot, but they're not just gonna talk how us women, we wake up talking, we go to sleep talking, we dream talking, we go to coffee brunch talking, talk. Men are built a little different. They're wired a little differently. They're just not gonna everywhere. So tip number 1, or strategy number 1, or implementation number 1 of how to get your guy to talk to you is physical intimacy. What? How are we starting there? Yes, we're starting with physical intimacy. If you're not getting down with your hubby, he's not gonna talk to you. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how many interventions you do. It does not matter what is happening. If he has not handled his situation, if that physical intimacy aspect is not being handled, he's not gonna talk. He's gonna shut down. He's gonna be backed up. He's gonna be stressed, moody. There's research out there as to why they're built the way that they are. That's not the purpose of this video, but thing number 1, or aspect number 1, men connect through physical intimacy. Us women, we want to have the emotional and all that stuff in order for us to connect physically. Men are kind of like the opposite. They need that physical connection, and everything else follows suit. Tip number 2, or suggestion number 2, get to know his interests. There's something very powerful in knowing what he likes, what he doesn't like, what's going on in his world, what his favorite team is going through right now, what his what's going on with the stock market, whatever your guys' interests are. Get to know them. I'm not saying to like it. I'm not saying to enjoy the process. All I'm saying is, how can you expect somebody to talk to you if you don't even enjoy engaging in conversation of what's important to them? Men are very particular. They may like certain cars, they may like certain food, they may like certain teams, they may, you know, like certain players in certain teams. It's so interesting when you can just sit back and just ask them, so why do you like the way this person plays versus that person? You get so much knowledge and like wealth of who your guy is just on knowing what his interests are and how they make sense, how they problem solve, how they see the things that they do. So that's key. If you don't know his favorite team, his favorite player, his favorite hobby, his favorite alcoholic drink or non-alcoholic drink, if you don't know like those basic things of when you were first dating, currently today, whether you're 5 years in, 10 years in, 20, 40, 50 years in, it's a constant engaging of his current interests. That's also going to facilitate a conversation, because you can go there with a tidbit of information, be like, hey, do you know that this and this happened and so got drafted? He's gonna talk to you. He's gonna be like, oh, for real, so got changed to this team. And then you open up the door for him to be like, oh, so what's going on with you? And like, oh, well, I'm glad you asked. Thing number 3 is knowing your guy's optimal conversation time. What do I mean by that? Men want to talk and they like to talk. Trust me, you just have to know when is the right time to talk to your guy. Is he a morning person? Is he a night person? Is the I need to be at the house person? Can he talk while the kids are there or the kids are not there? When is the most optimal time to have a conversation that it's not going to be interrupted? Some men prefer to not be talked to while they're watching a game, or while they're reading an article, or while they're busy with something else. From my experience and from the history of talking to men in therapy, they don't like when they're in the middle of something and they're focused on that thing. This is not the time to talk about our feelings, talk about what I would like in the relationship, what you're doing wrong, all that stuff. When they're hyper focused like this, it ain't it, girl. They're not gonna listen, especially when they're engaged in something else. They like to compartmentalize, they like to zone in. So you have to really get them when it's gonna be the optimal time where, you know, they're gonna talk, one, and they're gonna listen to you as well, like the whole conversation aspect of it. Thing number 4 is listen. Often men don't talk to women or their spouses or their girlfriends or whoever because women, we don't listen. Have you ever heard us talk and like at brunch or something, there's like 6, 7, 8 different conversations going on at the same time, and we're listening, kind of, sort of. Guys don't do that. They talk about one thing at a time and they may navigate to something else, versus us, it's like back and forth with this person, that person, this other, and like we do it all the time. When it comes to your guy, that's not gonna fly. He's not gonna bounce around your web of nonsense when you want him to listen to you and he wants to talk to you. That's not it. So you really have to sit and listen. And thing number 5, which is the most important, if not the most, I would say physical intimacy is the most important thing. But while you're listening, is try to resist the urge of fixing anything. You're not his mother, you're not his business partner, you're not his whatever. Just listen and hold yourself, hold your anxiety, rock yourself, chew some gum, do whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that you're being present for your partner, and you're not just, well, what you need to do and what you need to tell your business partner and what you need to tell your mother and da-da-da-da-da. They don't talk to us because we're so quick to jump. They already have internal stress, they already have a lot of stuff going on. They kind of have an idea of how they want to navigate it. They just need to kind of vent, let it out, brainstorm. But if they say, what do you think, honey? That's your shot. Well, this is what I think and this is how I would do it. Wait for your signal. Don't be quick to try to fix anything, give suggestions, minimize their frustration. Be like, oh, what you're going through is not that serious, this is what you really need, da da da. Like, no, just be in there, resist it. I believe in you. I believe you could do this. So yes, so to sum it up, if you want your guy to talk to you a little bit more and to kind of navigate those waters, like I said, tip number 1, make sure you have physical intimacy going on, get to know his interests. And tip number 2, tip number 3, know what his optimal conversation time is. Tip number 4, make sure that you're listening attentively. And tip number 5, don't fix it, it's not broken. Okay, so until next time, I hope these tips are super helpful to you, to your marriage. If you have other friends going through this season where their partner is not really talkative and they don't know how to engage them, please feel free to share this video with them. Tell them to subscribe, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the description, in the comment section. I would love to connect with you, get to know you a little bit more, so I can be releasing these tips. So until next time, take care, bye.